Hi guys, you're welcome on here. It's a pleasure to have you. This is SCD Muda and you are on Topical with SCD Muda BBN Naija season 4 reunion. Then we can say the drama is ongoing, day 2 already, and we have some highlights to share. If you watch the program and you're watching me, so let's do this together. Just give me your feedback in the comment section because I've seen a whole lot of comments. We saw a lot of activities. What happened normally when it's about to start? You see, there are fine pictures, pretty cool, cute, lovely, sexy superstars and housemates that were in the house for 2019 BBNAIJA. Now for reunion, like I always mentioned in my last video, we know that they came now this time with a whole lot of confidence, a whole lot of learning. They have been saturated into the economy or into the social media system, so they have a lot of goodies to offer for us. But that notwithstanding, some of these offerings still goes to the fact that we are reflecting on what they did while they were in the house for a period of 3 months. The first thing that actually happened in this was, okay, we are telling all the husband, but you know what, there was a board beside them. Pick your board and write what you think the expression of what you did in the house. Just write it there. And so many of them wrote so many different things, what they feel they did at Tarudu, Pepe, Venetarudu, Atatache, and all of them. Those are some of the responses all of them wrote in their board. So the next thing that happened, okay, the question was, what pepper did they serve in the house? So they wrote all of them. So we could actually ask them if they were sure they brought the pepper to the house. Do you really bring the pepper? Do you think you brought the pepper? Do you think you actually exuded what was expected of you in the house? Did you go overboard? Were you on the board? Were you below? What did you just think you did while you were in the house? Specifically, he pointed at Omashola to ask him the reason for the pepper. He explained further that pepper she has a way of peppering you little by little. And so you go say the pepper say it's not really an easy task. And the next question is, okay, what was their audition experience like? Another audition is ongoing, and so it was very, very important that they have to let the world know what their audition experiences were, what the experiences between the process, and also what led them into the house. And they all shared some of their experiences, and like for nearly all of them, since for like me, she was like, oh, she did her audition for four times. That was her 5th time, and she eventually scaled through. So why did she eventually did? She was like, oh, was it continuous for her? Why did she continue contesting and contesting? She was like, oh, she always believed, or just had the belief that BBNAIJA or BB Africa, whatever was the way to her fame. Like obviously she just know that, okay, this year take a shot at fame. That was the right way for her, and she took it. So, and another question that I was thrown at them was, okay, how many of them thought they needed connection to get into the Big Brother house? Whether we like it or not, so many people think, oh, you know what, you need to have a sponsor, you need to have a manager, you need to know someone very, very influential before you get into the BBN Naija house. And this question was directed at Fraud, and I just like his response, like, yes, you need connection, and that your connection, your sponsor is God. Like when he said, yes, you need sponsor, I was trying to like, how, what is he trying to say? And he said, yeah, you need God, and above all, you have to be very prepared. You need your God. And all of them shared some of their experiences, like, okay, the number of times they had to come, like sleeping, leaving very late at night for the nutrition, or getting home and feel like, you know what, I'm not even sure I'm ready for this. Would I do this? And all of them. So I like going for Fred, like, be prepared. You need to do your work, because no matter, nobody doesn't even you trust me eventually fail you. So from there, also, so many of them had their experience. Okay, Tacha was also asked, like, okay, there was a video of her that went viral at that time of how she was seen with slippers or on slippers, and what I feel, she was so aware. That was a very good thing, that if in the long run that the person who even made a video of her was not in the house, but she was in the house for 3 months and the person was watching her, so that means that was a disguise in blessing. That was some kind of very, very good blessing for her. Honestly, I like her. I like her response. I like that response so much, and you could see a lot of confidence in Tacha. Like, see me, that babe, she's I would say, well, so many people are saying, okay, for now they're still hiding the character, they're hiding who they are, but you could see a whole lot of maturity, confidence, poise in her in her. Like, let me just hold it down for them, because I'm really going to say a lot of this, because one of the things I've realized over time is we learn every day. When we get into opportunities that will definitely push us into where we want to be, we realize that we eventually start adjusting to the situation. We just start adjusting, learning, we start relearning, we unlearn and relearn and learn again. So this is one of the way of life. That is why sometimes we really need to take a shot at fame. Okay, and in the same vein, they also asked she another question that was asked, as we all know that some of the heartsmiths were eventually not doing 100% capacity of what they meant to do. Like, okay, you know, this is Big Brother show, you know, the reason why you are here, but obviously some persons were not even doing as much as was expected of them. So in the same video, they were asked, the same, some persons were subdued, so they they have to name such persons they think they're subdued. And so obviously so many people mentioned all the names. They mentioned Jackie, Diane, Thelma, and some other persons anyway. And so they asked reasons why they feel these persons were subdued. They asked Jackie why she felt she was I know she wasn't subdued, she was just trying to do her own, that was her strategy. All she wanted was to gain maybe some kind of awareness in the social space or in the world, not really for the win. But I feel, for me, in my own opinion, if you're there, whether you should just have your winning mentality, because we are all here for the money. We're all here. Yes, you even that saying that alone has already taken the crown off you. Whatever you are, wherever you are, just feel like, okay, you know what, I have addiction, I have been picked among those to be represented in this place. There may be some other persons who, even from physical appearance, would say, oh, this person is bigger, is better than me. But why not just do your best, put in your best? And you just realize that all she wanted was, okay, to be known as the techie queen, and she was doing her thing. And then obviously, anyway, she has got all of that awareness. So very good. And another question, another thing I also like to talk, okay, in the same vein, you're like, okay, there's some persons were not even meant to be in the Big Brother house at all from the very beginning. Like, maybe they don't have the qualities, maybe they don't really have the pep, maybe they don't have the charisma, maybe they don't have the exposure. Well, I really don't know the reason why Ibuka had to ask that question. And behold, Esther spotted, like, oh, people like Diane, okay, no, Esther actually said someone like Thelma wasn't supposed to be a trusted Ibuka. Ibuka had to ask Thelma. They said you were not supposed to be in the house. I think what Thelma Them actually retorted back to Esther, telling her, you know what, she wasn't the one that wasn't supposed to be, that was not supposed to be in the house. But in her own opinion, she feels everybody had the right. Well, in my own opinion, I feel if the judges had done a whole lot of job, a whole lot of work in screening, assessment, interview, and all of that, and they are there, it was not left for the person in the house to put in or do their best. That is why we have a vision and all of that. But if you know the person is not doing enough or as much as you want, you could actually evict them. But we know in this contest it is not so. Nigerians want people with plenty pepper. They want people with fire and brimstone. They want people that, you know what, that will make the house really lively for them. Another question, okay, in the same vein, I have a lot of things, but I wouldn't want to do this video for too long. Okay, another question that was asked was, okay, in the same vein, the Thatcher was asked, okay, what she feels were the characteristics of a contestant or someone that should be auditioned or be in the house. She actually said, okay, it has to do with someone who is a bit very confident, very vocal, outspoken, and all of that. You know, we had issues with her when Ebuka asked her in that room, or Ebuka asked her some time ago, like in the last session, what did she feel was the characteristics, and all she kept saying was Tacha. That is who she is, man. I like her guts. I like the fact that she brings herself first, actually, before any other person. So she actually mentioned Venita actually exudes such character. Obviously, she has a like for Venita. I'm just wondering that even with the quarrel they had, Mercy and Venita against Thatcher and Cafe recently. So I'm just wondering why she also has, so in light of that, she had to say Venita. But that notwithstanding, that is like for you, may just like person no matter how much they dislike or really don't like you, just like them. And I would just I also say, in your way to fame or going up, it's really not so interesting dragging people down unjustly. So another thing I would like to okay, in the same vein, Tasha, they also asked Tasha that, okay, you know what, she was also coming with some character traits like Mercy, Cece and T-Boss, and it's everybody felt that was the story she was playing. She came with her own story, she came with her strategy of, okay, this is what Cece did, this is what T-Boss did. In the last session, she came with all of those things. She was like, anyway, that was her own way of gaining, but whatever it is, it was fine. Eventually, she got to what she got. And in the same vein, I think, okay, I think one of the other questions was, okay, which housemate did they think most in the house brought was the king or queen of highlights? So many people were like, okay, so many people pointed Menzi, Taja and all of that, but in the long run, Omoshola actually told them that, you know what, the one of the person who was always telling them on and on to do all of these things very well was fraud, because people were watching. People would any other at every other time be in their houses. You can sleep, you can do any other thing in your house, but here people are watching you. You have to give them value for what they are watching. They are organizers. This reality show is for a purpose, is for an aim, so you have to let them know that they are gaining value for it. If I'm tuning into African Magic Family, I should be able to see value whatever I am watching. So much I think he actually gave a whole lot of, I liked so much his expression or the way he answered most of the questions that were thrown at him by Ebuka. You know, Ebuka would always go the extra mile to drag people out so that they would say whatever they do not plan to say. So you have to be extra smart, very intelligent, and apt to be able to deal to be able to actually spill out some things that may not offend or be too offensive. But anyway, who cares? But you have to actually care about that. Okay, and in the same way, Omashola was asked why the reason was always shouting worry, like was he trying to use the FA strategy and all of that? Well, that was the strategy. Like he said, he didn't really have much awareness or had not really watched the BBN previous season too long to even know all of those things, but that was just his strategy. Well, I feel, well, those are some of the highlights for day 2. So I think a lot of things will come up in the process as we unwind, and we'll begin to see what really happened in the house, some of the things. So, but like I already mentioned, these persons are coming with a lot of more exposure, experience, and a well sense of definition and determination, because they've been exposed really into the larger society, and they're learning every day. So for me, I always say these days, beyond sometimes all the negative things we say about BBN and all of that, there are so many creative things to learn from them. There's so many very lovely things to learn from them. You learn a lot of people. That is why you see companies coming in to make them coming in to sponsor some of the activities, then in the long run making these persons their ambassadors. It's also another opportunity, like I say, I would say it's also another opportunity for people out there from the comfort of their home to say, you know what, if this person can do it, if this person can say, oh, I did audition 5 times to get what I want to get, I did audition 3 times, I put the extra mile to do this. I know we're much in Nigeria, so many people will definitely contest. Then getting about 20 or 25 out of maybe millions of persons is a whole lot of work to do. So if you've been choosing, or if you've been taken to do what you own yourself, the organizers and everybody around you is to put in your best. And I feel it is really getting more defining each day. People are looking beyond the TV reality to bring in their intelligence, their competence, their creativity, their innovativeness, and what have you, to make sure they win the prize. Or even when they win the prize or the king or the queenship, everybody know, you know what, they truly and really deserve it. But that notwithstanding, people need the fire, the brimstone, the pepper, and all of this. So that is so far what we have for day 2. I know there are so many other things maybe I might have left out while talking about this. If you have them, just let me know in the comment section. Meanwhile, that is my review for day 2. So if you have all the feedback for me, kindly let me know in the comment section. Trust this is your topical girl. I see them that want this journey together. Thank you, and do have a very, very, very pleasant day. Bye.